This week on The Snack, Wuthering Heights.
Raina, it's Wuthering. And you say you've been writing Wuthering for weeks.
Wuthering does not roll off the tongue. This week on The Snack, allegedly Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering?
How do you say it?
Wuthering.
Wuthering.
Yeah.
Wuthering.
Leave this all in.
That should all be in here. This is crazy. You do it.
This week on The Snack, Wuthering Heights, the Tell Me Lies finale, and the Olympic Village runs out of condoms.
This is a Dear Media production. Enjoy.
Anyway, guys, happy real anniversary. February 19th, the day we introduced Girls Gotta Eat to the World. Here we are, 8 years later, finally.
They're like, this has been 3 episodes in a row,
This has
girls. We don't
literally
care.
been 10 days.
I mean, honestly, this would be a lot for the 10-year episode.
No, I was wondering because when you were writing stuff down, it said Withering. And I was like, that's fine. She'll figure it out eventually. And then we saw the movie and you still didn't figure it out.
I was 1 hour ago years old when I learned it was Wuthering. Wuthering. Fuck that.
You learned it wasn't Wuthering.
Okay. Also, we went and saw the movie last night, which we will talk about. But as I was like, am I going to tell Ashley I don't know anything about this movie? Like, we went with our friend Taylor, who was so excited. And I was like, am I going to tell her that I can't even float an idea?
No, can you save it? Because I really want to talk about this.
Okay.
Going into movies, but so blind.
And what we wore.
And also Love is Blind today as well. It was a whole theme.
It's a blind episode.
But we have a really fun announcement for you guys.
You guys, we are so excited to tell you this, especially because we moved our LA show over the holidays and we were building towards another show here. So we are very excited to announce that we are doing the Netflix is a Joke Festival at the Palace Theater May 7th. It'll be a Girls Gotta Eat show. We are so excited in LA, 7 p.m., great theater. That's it. We really can't wait. Today, the pre-sale starts. It's going to be all the things you love and know of Girls Gotta Eat.
But different. I mean, it's not going to be what you have seen in the past. Getting some fun special guests. I mean, everyone is going to be in town for this festival. It's so huge. It's every comedian you've ever heard of does this festival. And so we are just so excited. We've been waiting on this announcement to be able to tell you guys. And we were so sad to have to postpone the show back in December. So this is for you guys, especially in LA, that we're going to come to that. Hope you can make it. And like Raina said, Thursday, May 7th. And pre-sale is now, if it asks you for a pre-sale code, it's going to be Azul. So AZUL, just use that. And if you're listening to this and it's already on sale, then you don't need the code. So either way.
And you can get that at netflixisthejokefest.com or on our website. We'll have that there as well, girlsgottaeat.com. We really encourage you guys to come out to LA for this festival in general. Every performer is here. May in LA is so wonderful. Mm-hmm. We're going to kick off the weekend Thursday night. So it's just a great reason to come to LA in general, spend the weekend, see a bunch of your favorite performers. You can check them all out on the website after you buy tickets to our show.
Yes, buy our tickets first. And it's great. I mean, the show will be at the Palace Theater. It's so gorgeous. It's downtown. There's so many amazing restaurants down there. So just make a night out of it. And like Raina said, if you are coming in for the show or even if you live here, just take, every night of the week, just a few nights and go see a show. I mean, you're not going to there is no bigger comedy festival that's ever existed.
Literally.
Just truly, it's not an exaggeration.
I think if anybody's ever done comedy, they're here.
Yeah.
So we're really excited to do that with you guys. And you have been at a bunch of my shows, almost every single one of my shows at the beginning of the tour, but I haven't shared a stage with you in a while.
Oh my God.
I'm really excited about it.
Yes, it's going to be so fun. We can't wait. Okay, so we are going to kick it off with another Olympics report because news and tea still keeps coming out. And this first news story, Raina, how many people sent this to you? Literally, I don't know how, there's certain things that people send us both in the DMs and are tagging us. And this was the most in a while.
So it's a tie right now for memes about the double luge.
Yes.
And this, which is that the Olympic Village ran out of condoms at the 2026 Games due to higher than anticipated demand. Why did you not anticipate more? They ran out last year. People are fucking at the Olympics.
Yes. We just talked about this. This was 2 years ago, right? Summer 2024, Summer Olympics. We did a whole episode on it. And was this what happened then? Was this?
Same exact thing.
Same exact thing.
Well, there was all this stuff about the housing and how it was not great. But yes, immediately ran out of condoms.
Is this the safest sex community out there? Or are they just fucking a lot? Also, you really need to treat your body right. You can't be risking anything at the Olympics. So this probably is the safest sex community, the Olympic athletes.
You're so right. Also, I think a lot of these people want to like super breed athletes. You know, they're like, how could we not produce more athletes if we fuck each other?
But then go raw dog. That is so funny because the average person would be like, I'm definitely not using a condom with an Olympic athlete. I'm trying to get those genes.
I don't even use them with broke comedians. So
exactly.
Imagine how crazy I would act with Olympians.
You would never. So they need to step it up. Adam Rippon posted something funny. He was like, I used a ball or something. Like, I'm the reason for the shortage.
That's
but
so funny.
Yeah, let's hope in 2 years, which will be here, right? Is it 2028?
2028, the Olympics are here in the summer.
Okay. Let's hope they get more condoms. They should get a condom sponsorship. Do they not? Like, who wouldn't want that sponsorship? We're the Olympic condom brand.
Do you think, I mean, Trojan would be happy to do
100%.
it.
Well, in Trojan, I feel like it was USC, that's their mascot. Like, feels like a lot of synergy
USC,
for Trojan to be the condom sponsor for the 2028.
It might just be too horny. The Olympics don't want to like advertise it. But it is honestly like, I don't really watch the Olympics and I wouldn't even know that they were happening if it wasn't for like the scandals and the sex. Like, who cares about the actual sports? So like condoms is where it's at. That's how you get me to watch.
Okay, so the next thing, this happened right after we recorded last week, and so many people sent it to us, and we're so sad that we missed it, but there are a few updates. So this Norwegian biathlete, insane. We talked about the biathlon last week, which is skiing and shooting. So this guy won the bronze. This guy, Sturla Holm Lagreed.
You did a good job with that.
Thanks. I'm doing my best today. He won a bronze medal in the men's biathlon, and in his acceptance speech, I guess, he tearfully admitted that he cheated on his girlfriend of 6 months, whom he called the love of his life. It was basically like, if there's one person today I'm thinking about, it's her. And basically I've cheated on her and I regret it and I want her back. But I think this was being translated. He spoke it in his native language.
Yes, I saw the translation.
It sounded like they were together for 3 months and then he cheated on her 3 months in. It's someone he wasn't with that long. And he's like, this is so like a man. Like, I met this woman and I wasn't with her that long and I cheated on her and she's the one that got away.
He went on national television. I'm not quite myself today. I'm not thinking clearly. My apologies for other people who deserve the gold. It also goes to my ex-girlfriend who involuntarily ended up in the media spotlight. I mean, it is crazy what he like thrust into the spotlight. What? You can't get through like 30 seconds on television without bringing this up.
When people say women are too emotional, a woman, especially a woman Olympic athlete, would literally never, you can't even picture this. If
You're so right.
If you said, who's going to do this after they win a medal, a man or a woman? Man, hands down, a woman would never do this.
A woman would never humiliate herself like this.
I know.
Let you take away from my special day. Oh, by the way, I cheated and my boyfriend left me.
Unbelievable.
A woman would never do something that's stupid.
Literally.
You're so right.
Women are too emotional to lead. Oh, okay.
Well, what was his excuse?
Also, someone who does that sport is a little unhinged anyway. We've decided someone who gets into biathlon is built different. Like, he's a little crazy. Like, someone that's like, I want to ski and then shoot guns on the skis. Like, obviously he's going to do something.
Also, it's true. Like, I think they sound fun. I think they just sound so chaotic. They're like, one talent's not enough. I need to do both at the same time. That is who's going to get on TV and be like, I cheated. I also wonder, like, okay, let me ask you.
Because one sport's not enough. Like, someone who does a biathlon is going to cheat because one sport's not enough.
They're going to announce that they cheated.
Skiing is not enough. I got to shoot
It's giving ADHD. Like, he can't just, like, focus on one thing.
On one woman.
Yes. Wait, can I ask you a question? I'm curious how you would feel. Okay, if you had dated a man for 3 months and he cheated on you and he won the Olympics or whatever the fuck, and then he got on TV and was like, I would like to use this time to apologize to Ashley. If he humiliated himself and be like,
I'm screaming.
Would you forgive it?
I'm screaming. No, I'd be like, I would have such an ick.
You would have the
I'd be
ick.
like, fucking be a man.
You would have
he
the
just
ick.
won an Olympic medal. I don't know, though. I mean, he's not doing what he thinks he's doing. It's not the grand gesture he thinks it is, and he has since said that he deeply regrets it. That's the latest news, is that he said that he does regret this story on this what was a festive day for his country. Also, I think he feels like he embarrassed
his coach, his teammates, all the other gunmen.
I mean, this is a story I would tell the rest of my life. I would love to be this woman.
God, she should be a comedian now.
And I just love. She's probably with her new man. watching. Like, he's a joke now
so
in their relationship.
You couldn't forgive it because you would just be so turned off.
I mean, if I still was pining for him, maybe. But I don't know. Again, like the cheating is nuanced. Again, it's not saying it's okay. I don't know what went down between these two. They were a newer couple. But I don't know what the details are. But if I'm her and I'm watching this and I'm pining for him and feeling the same way, yeah, maybe I'd give it another chance.
3 months in, maybe I'd give it another chance. You know, like
right, it wasn't his wife.
6 months, his wife, mother of his children, different thing.
Totally, 100%.
Then I'd be like, can you just keep it to yourself? Now you're embarrassing the family.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And lastly, we have this controversy with this French figure skating duo who took home the gold. So
I don't know about this. You told me not to read it.
yeah. So I just told you I had done my research and I could educate you on it. So people are calling them sinister. They have sinister energy. That's what Adam Rippon said also. So they won the gold over the Team USA couple that everybody really thought would win. Mm-hmm. Like in terms of the performance was just better. No, whatever you think about these countries, we don't really deserve much these days. But like the French ice skaters' performance was flawed. The USA's performance was perfect. Madison Chalk and Evan Bates. And they're saying this French judge was just showing favoritism. And they're really controversial. I didn't know about this couple, and I really want to watch this Netflix documentary, Glitter and Gold, that's all about preparing for the Olympics. I kind of wish I would have watched it now, but it's on my list. And so the guy in the duo, they're not a couple. He was with this other French ice skater, and she said he was so toxic. She said he had blood-chilling coldness, and she refused to skate with him. She wouldn't skate with him without a coach present during their storied career, terrified by the idea of finding myself alone with him. That's what she says. His former partner.
What, because he just seems like so scared.
Scary dude, right.
Okay.
So that's the male. Cicerone is his last name. And obviously they stopped skating together. They were a former duo. And then the woman in the group has been trying to bounce back from her own controversy. So she used to skate with her boyfriend, who then was suspended for allegedly sexually assaulting another skater.
Oh my God.
And she stood by his side the whole time and like defended him and was like, I know him and he would never. And so both of them, this guy who's supposed to be this like scary, toxic dude, and this woman who stood by the sexual assaulter, teamed up.
And wasn't it the first time like the people had skated in the Olympics together after not skating together for all these years?
He had
or
recently
something?
retired, and the fact that they were like these controversial, I mean, hated probably by some, duo that were like, we're going to do this together now, and then they won and they shouldn't have. People are pissed. I get it.
I'm so curious. Like, okay, so it says he's like sinister and blood chilling and scary.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't surprise me that that would be an ice skater. I don't know why. Like, I think that there's only like two camps, like super flamboyant man, or I can see them being just like really like looking like Alexander Skarsgård and just like really serious.
100%. A French figure skater. I don't want to be alone with him either. Without a coach president.
I want to be alone with the double luge people.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my God, I forgot to tell you. A few people messaged me about the double luge and told me that the shorter person is always on the bottom.
Wait, I'm glad you brought this up because I was in a room with you the other day with somebody that I slept with. And I was like, we did that. I was like, we did that last night. And he was like, funny thing about this, I made her be on the bottom. And
yes,
it made me laugh so hard because he's so big.
Yes.
But it is like a thing.
No, if you and I did it, here goes Raina. I was thinking her and I would be on the double luge. She's thinking her and this
Remember
guy
that time that you thought that you would, when you said the we,
you and him are the new
we.
we. But yes, if you and I did it, like, because you see them and the person on the top, their legs are hanging off so far off the lower
Wait,
part. Like,
so the person
I would be
on the bottom is just the stump?
Kind of, yes. It's like kind of degrading. And then the taller person's like their legs are steering. I don't know. I think they steer.
You're the cock on the bottom. The shorter person is just like the mantle.
It's crazy. I do think you can't be shorter and much thinner. Like if you're going to be on the bottom, I think you can't be crushed by the person.
I can't decide what makes more sense to me because like obviously on the top, I can't steer on the top if I'm shorter.
Yeah.
So like what would I add to it other than just weighing you down?
It makes sense. Yes. When you look at it, you're like, oh, that makes sense. You see their legs hanging off. You're like, this makes sense. But it's just very funny. Like you and me. I can't. That should be our Halloween costume.
That'd be the most we ever touched. Full body contact. Just neck to feet, full body contact. Do you put your head directly on top of their head? Where do their heads
like a
go?
little bit. The head's down a little bit.
The heads are side by side?
No, the head's down a little bit. Yeah, like
they're not stacked.
So you're hanging off even more.
The taller person's head is below. Is like
I think
in the neck.
So. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that photo we showed last week during the episode, the Team USA photo.
Okay, so we decided to take the Olympics into our own hands and say, if this was an Olympic sport, I would win.
Yes.
And I have some that I think you would win, and I obviously have some.
You did some for me.
Honestly, as I was doing this, I was like, am I the problem? Am I so chaotic? Because I was like, the ones I came up with, I was like,
Yeah, I did come up with some for you, but I don't think I'm authorized to say them on air. Like, I don't want to out you.
Oh, you can? Are they going to hurt my feelings?
No, they're not mean.
Okay.
Raina's problematic, you guys.
So I have ones that are like less spicy. So obviously, falling asleep the second my eyes close.
That's just a brag.
I know it is. I'm so good at it.
Okay.
So less spicy ones is that writing to-do lists, and I write like 25 things every single day. I do like 3 of them.
Raina, jeez, these are so edgy. I didn't know you were going to go this direction.
These aren't that these aren't my edgy ones yet.
I'm being sarcastic. Being sarcastic is mine.
And returning packages. It's like my favorite thing.
Yes,
I do it all day, every day.
It's your kink.
Yes.
I mean, you're good at it, but it's also your kink. My least spicy one is playlists. Playlist queen.
Okay.
Everybody knows it.
Okay.
Even like your playlist for your shows. You've used me as inspo.
Yeah.
Diagnosing myself and dunking on doctors and appointments.
You are my doctor. You are so good at this.
This, again, I never want to insult doctors who've dedicated their life to their profession, but I have had 3 incidents now where I have been in an appointment, the doctor doesn't know what's going on, and I diagnose myself, and I am right and they are wrong.
I don't think anybody's listening to this like justice for doctors.
No, but I just don't, I always want to be like sometimes I feel like
nurse is different.
Doctors, therapists, like I don't want to be like, we're better than what you've dedicated your life to.
Yeah,
but in some cases, I be dunking on these doctors in appointments, especially that one 12-year-old doctor at urgent care.
I mean, you're just going to go harder on medical information than I am. Like, I'm just not going to dig that deep. Like, you will solve the disease.
Yeah.
They should give you cancer. Like, to not have to solve.
Okay, to solve.
Okay. Not learning from my mistakes.
Yes.
Did you write that about me?
No, I just figured that's what I was kind of like alluding to. Definitely.
Just with men. I do think with family, with friends, with work, I am amazing.
That's true.
I really am. I am excellent in every category. But with men, I really do always come back for more.
Mm-hmm. Another one of mine, figuring out if someone is lying and specifically finding the smoking gun. This is my favorite thing to do. Like, something happened recently where your jaw was dropped when I pieced this together.
I couldn't believe it.
To figure out how someone had really crafted this elaborate lie. And I realized they were lying. I mean, this is, I always say this. I should have been a private investigator in a former life. Like, I really want to like interrogate people, but I really have a knack for figuring out where someone's lying and like exactly where.
I mean, listen, I have a moral compass, but that's also why I don't lie to you, because there's no point. I know it will come up someday.
Exactly.
And you will start piecing all this stuff together.
I don't really think
it won't be worth it.
There's people out there that have gotten away with a lie with me.
I mean, you will go deep. What you figured out recently was one of the crazier things that I've ever. I mean, you really like bested a pathological liar. She really thought she ate down with that one.
Yeah, like I remember, remember when Serial came out? I was just like, this is like my kink is to have figured all this out, like all the craziness with, and that was a different time, but like the cell phone towers and all this stuff. I was like, yes, duh, like I would have figured this out.
Right.
Okay.
Making everything about me, even though the story doesn't have anything to do with me. So anytime somebody like tells me something, I'm like, so when this happened to me in a totally different situation, here's what I did. Like, I feel that I do this a lot. And I think that, listen, I bring a lot of value to conversations. And I think that, like, we should give advice from history and past experiences and acknowledge this is only coming from my viewpoint and my lens. But I am very good at making things about me that have nothing to do with me.
The picture you're painting of yourself.
And a close cousin to this is just talking about myself.
Okay. Yes. 100%. Olympic athlete.
I mean, if self-involvement was an Olympic sport, I would win.
No, you're a athlete.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes, the gold, silver, and the bronze. They would be like, no one can compete in this round.
Okay. This is something that I don't do a lot, but when I do it, I am taking home the gold, and that is when I put trolls on blast and make them delete their accounts every single fucking time. When I decide to put someone on blast, they gotta go. They are in witness protection. I don't do it a lot. And one time I did it subtly. I was like, someone's in my comments right now, and I kind of said her name. I didn't tag her. And sure enough, I mean, within 30 minutes, her account was gone.
And listen, that comes from years of being on the internet and being funny, being a comedian, knowing how to negotiate with terrorists.
But, and I don't take the bait very often, but I am very don't start no shit, won't be no shit. And I only do it when it's something really deserving, someone that's really mean, really out of pocket. Bye, bitch.
No, it's nice once in a blue moon.
Sick the army on them.
My last one is just laughing at my own jokes.
And my jokes. So
I love
Dana laughs at everything Ashley says. Yeah, we're best friends.
Yeah, it's funny.
Get a fucking best friend.
What do you mean?
Tell me you don't have a best friend.
Tell me your friend isn't funny. You're funny.
Exactly.
I mean, I have so much fun on stage. Even if no one else is going to laugh, I am going to laugh.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's really like such a good quality for being a comedian. Sometimes you got to bring your own energy.
You know, sometimes you have to let me know I'm not going to enjoy something. Sometimes I have to let people know that this is funny.
Yes. I'm not leaving till you guys laugh. Okay. My current husband said, for me, I asked him what would be my Olympic sport. He said asking questions during TV shows. Okay, fine. Okay, my last one. This is an actual sport, but it's a little different variation on an Olympic sport, and this is comedic skiing. So anyone who's ever skied with me, there are not many people skiing.
When is the last time you went skiing?
That's what I'm saying. You don't even know about it. The few people that have been lucky enough to ski with me, it's a core memory of them almost peeing themselves laughing in their snowsuit.
How
like,
would you hear
I
about
am
this?
the worst skier. It is hilarious.
Oh, okay.
And it is just, it's a hilarious experience. So this is just a casual group chat with Corey and Corey from the other day. I sent them this reel of someone skiing, like poorly. Corey, number one. Haha, I can still remember when you were picking up speed and you were not stopping. I was yelling, pizza, pizza, pizza. Turn your skis together like the shape of a pizza. Other Corey. Every time I see Ashley, she'd be on the ground. Other Corey. Was it your senior trip or the girls' trip in the Poconos that Ashley skied into a ski school? I can't remember if I saw it or I just heard about it. Other Corey. Oh my God, I think it was the girls' trip. And I was like, haha, there was the ski school collision. And then when I took Corey down with me getting off the lift and also when I dropped my pole, those were some of the highlights. Like, me skiing is like legendary to the few people that know it. I've only skied a few times. And like every time, like Raina, I got off the lift and just veered to the right and couldn't stop. And I skied into a whole ski school. Like there was an instructor and a circle of people. And I just was like, uh-oh. And I went right through them, took two people out and landed in the middle of their circle.
Wait, you know, I did that to a family on bikes once. I wiped out the whole family.
You told me about this. Yes, you took out the whole family.
Whole family. I was like, they were coming towards me. I was like, I'm not going to hit them. I am not going to hit them. Wipe the whole family out.
Like, I'm so bad. I get going too fast and I get scared. And it's just, one day Corey and I were skiing and we were going up the lift and she had like fallen all day. Both Corey's are great skiers. And these are my like two best friends from high school. And she hadn't fallen all day, and we got off the lift together, and I got my skis crossed with her skis. I took her down with me.
My scariest nightmare.
Another time, I, again, dropped my pole going up the lift, and she was like, take mine, and I'll ski down without a pole. Like, literally, it was such a joke. So I think I'm fun to be around.
You are. Wait, let me ask you, though, because I don't really watch a lot of TV with you. I watch movies with you, but it's not less of an opportunity to talk in a movie theater. I didn't know you talk during TV shows, but it does make sense because if you guys ever try to read a book next to Ashley, she doesn't care. She doesn't give a fuck. She'll talk to you through the whole book. Remember that whole flight? I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this so good. I'm amazing. I'm a miracle. I read that book and talked to you for the whole time.
Yeah, well, you can like multitask.
I guess. It's not my preferred method of reading a book.
So here's my issue with TV shows and movies. I'm not trying to talk in like a movie theater. Every once in a while I'll say something funny. I got to tell you something. Like even last night, I was like, I had a few funny things I had to get in there and we were giggling like 3 times, whatever.
Well, that didn't bother me. I feel like I talked
it's like short-lived, yes. I told this to Joffer the other night, who is our friend's boyfriend, who is a director on Bridgerton. We'll mention him today. And I was like, my thing is with TV, let's just say TV, I think I'm supposed to know something that I'm not yet. And my whole life, like Corey would tell Shashank, like, wait till you start watching stuff with Ashley, because you'll have to say to her, I'm watching the same show you are.
Okay, I will say it is really a jump scare when this happens, though, in shows and movies where you're like, Euphoria, season 1 and 2. I mean, it is like a hallmark of that show that they jump around a lot. And I'm always like,
did I miss something?
And my brain does not automatically go to they've jumped ahead and didn't give you the information. Why would somebody's brain jump ahead to that?
Here's the thing. It's not even that like I'm doubting myself. Like I wasn't smart enough to pick up on this. I'm just like, sometimes I don't know. Should I have picked up on something or is it going to unfold? I think that's the thing. Like I'm watching something and it hasn't unfolded yet. Stuff is happening and you're not supposed to know why. And that's where I'm like, did I miss something or should I know why? I guess I am doubting myself.
I blame myself and that's strange because it's like, I've been sitting here this whole time.
And in Bridgerton, there's this very specific part that something happens and I thought I missed the lead up to it and I rewound it all the way and then they actually did a flashback in episode 2 and I was talking to Joffre about this because I was like, I was so confused because this show typically doesn't do flashbacks. I know the show, it's one of my favorite shows, and he told me where the decision making came from. It was like a fascinating thing to hear him speak on it because they don't do flashbacks a lot. So I was like, I have missed how this woman got to the ball. I've missed something. I went all the way back and then they revealed it in episode 2.
Okay, I have to ask you a question. This is not really about anything. It's about TV, but I don't think I know this about you. Do you put TV on as background noise?
No.
When you're at the house, like working, do you have the TV on as like background noise?
No.
Because I think that people that are like, oh, I missed something, or like, well, it was in the background, like background noise. I am either actively watching a television
TV,
show, sitting down, or if I'm working, music is on. But I've never turned the TV on as background noise. I find it really distracting.
Yeah,
I don't want
it.
Like
go to bed with the TV on. No.
Yeah, me either.
Like, I mean, I'll have music on sometimes. I really want to always take opportunities to put my phone away. And so when I'm like watching TV, I want my phone to be away and I want to be engaged. The show that I will scroll for a large portion of it is Love
Emily
is Blind.
in Paris? Oh.
No, Love is
pay attention to
reality. Even Mormon Wives, reality, you don't need to pay attention as much.
Yeah.
Like a real scripted storyline. No, not even Emily in Paris. Like I want to watch it but Love is Blind 10 seasons in, I can miss stuff and be fine. And like, I find myself with Love is Blind as like, that's my main scroll show. And whatever you think that says about me, I still love the show, but I will look up in like, I don't know, episode 3 and be like, who are these people? Like
I do that too, though. We're in the pods for 4 episodes.
That's what it is.
A lot.
That's what it is. I just find myself like, I know after 10 seasons of watching this when I need to pay attention.
People are going to pair off and I want to watch those love stories. And every once in a while I'll catch something really crazy that happened and I might rewind. But I am either actively engaged in TV or I'm listening to music. Okay, I was curious. Somebody asked me this the other day. Okay, the last thing I have on here.
Oh my God.
It's just one for both of us. I think the last one for me is if being bad at sports was an Olympic sport.
Okay, great.
That would
So
be my
similar,
Olympic sport. And then changing our mind.
Changed our mind.
We do like to change our minds.
Yeah.
And I think we're really good at it.
That's funny. What is the scale of being good or bad? What determines that?
We're just good at it.
Yeah.
I think we change our minds in a good way.
Because we're pros, because we do it a lot.
We do it a lot. We handle it well.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, let's just talk about our partners and then we will get back into it.
Okay, I'm telling you guys about Shopify, which is literally the platform that Ashley and I have run Vibes Only and Girls Gotta Eat merchandise on since day one. So we all made these resolutions in January, and I know people can kind of like veer away from it, but February is when a lot of these resolutions go away, and they don't have to, you guys. If you had resolved to start a new business, to turn a side hustle into a full-time job, you still have time. You still have all the time in the world. And what is an idea you can't stop thinking about, you want to finally bring to life? Shopify can help you do that. So it is the best place to start and grow a business just like ours. It's one commerce platform behind big brands that you know and love. It can help you turn a side hustle into a full storefront. It's going to allow you to sell to your customers. I love the entire backend. So Ashley and I can access Shopify on our phones or our computers, and we know every single thing that we're selling. The analytics are unbelievable. So at any point of the day, Ashley and I know for Vibes Only, for example, every product that we have in stock, how much we have left, what we sold today, what are the days and the times that we sell the most, and then our entire team can log in. We can have all the users, and we know up to the moment every single order that comes in and what's happening with our company. It's the only way that I could ever imagine managing our company. And if you guys are novices in terms of building this, there's all these AI tools that will help you make your site look like $1 million, perfect your ideas, give you instructions, so on and so forth. So if you are hungry for a chance to become your own boss, it is time to take your ideas and head over to Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/GGE to get started today. We promise you will be so happy that you did it.
Okay, and I am telling you guys about Hers. We really love Hers. It is a platform that is completely focused on women's health, which is obviously our top priority is women that want to be healthy. If you have ever left a doctor's appointment with results in hand and still no real understanding, like you don't know what to do next. I mean, you know what I was talking about earlier. Doctor's appointments don't always go the way you would hope.
DM Ashley.
Yes. It is hard to be left guessing on what's going on in your body, and hers understands that. If you've ever felt like something in your body was off, but you couldn't get a straight answer, when lab results come back fine, but deep down you know something still isn't fine, that uncertainty is exhausting. Again, hers understands this. Hers is rethinking the outdated healthcare system to finally give women what they deserve, care that's convenient, supportive, built around our real needs, and backed by experts in women's health. Hers now provides convenient access to in-depth holistic lab testing with more than 130 biomarker tests that give you meaningful insight into your health and results that make it easy to understand what's actually going on in your body. So if you are eligible, you get access to a doctor-developed action plan based on your results with diet and lifestyle guidance to help you move towards your goals. You can also receive personalized treatment plans for heart health, menopause, and more. We love this. I saw a comment recently on Spotify and was like, can you please do a whole episode on menopause and perimenopause? And we would love to.
No, we're working on it. We have a great guest coming up for it.
Yes. So this is just a new level of clarity that gives you data-backed confidence to make the right health moves, so feeling like yourself again doesn't feel so far away. If you want clear insight into your health, go to forhers.com and schedule your labs today. That's forhers.com, forhers.com.
All right. So tons of TV and movies out right now. We are going to watch America's Next Top Model documentaries and the John F. Kennedy and Carolyn show on FX. It's called Love Story. We'll cover both of those next week for you guys. But in the meantime, lots of really great stuff out that we are talking about, including a movie we saw last night, Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights in quotes. So I find this really interesting. I didn't notice that the movie on the movie poster overall is in quotes because it is more of an adaptation. Mm-hmm. And the director said, you can't adapt a book as dense and complicated and difficult as this book. So she said, I can't say I'm making Wuthering Heights. It's not possible. What I can say is I'm making a version of it. So today we're not really going to dive into what's different from the book. It's very different from the book. Apparently the book is way more fucked up. And I went in not knowing anything about the story at all. Like I just missed this moment. I didn't have to read this for anything. Some people have to read this in school.
So it's from 1847. Yeah. It is like a classic book.
It's a classic book. Of course, I've heard of it.
A lot of people read it in high school. I was asking you and Taylor last night, like, did you guys, I just didn't read that many books in high school. I was like such an asshole about reading.
But I don't know if you did this. I didn't even watch the trailer. Did you watch this trailer?
Actually, I can't even explain to you how little I knew about this.
So I watched the trailer this morning, and I was so glad I didn't watch it. Raina, I didn't know anything. The trailer gives a lot away. Like in terms of, by the way, there's spoilers of all of this today. We're obviously going to talk about this. And if we want you guys to listen to whatever you want, but if you don't want spoilers, we want to give you the heads up. So today we're obviously going to do spoilers on all the things we discussed, Wuthering Heights, Tell Me Lies, and A Love Is Blind. Okay, that's plenty of time if you don't want spoilers for this. But like, I didn't know anything. I didn't know she married that guy. Like I didn't know when they got together eventually. I didn't know that I knew they were, but I didn't know anything. And I'm so happy. It reminds me of when we brought friends to see The Housemaid that didn't know anything, didn't know anything about it. Like it's a treat to be so surprised and or shocked in this way sometimes in life.
I knew it was a huge cultural moment. Our girlfriend, who is very similar to us, was really excited about it. I think that the lead actor, Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, I think they're phenomenal.
They are.
And I knew that it was a love story. I worried I wasn't going to like it because I just don't like old-timey stuff.
You don't like period pieces?
I don't like period pieces at all.
You like Bridgerton,
I don't. I know. Maybe I'm changing in my old age, but
it depends on how it's done.
I don't gravitate towards it. Yeah. I don't care for it necessarily. Like books about it, I certainly don't. But like, this was. I want to go on record and say this is one of my favorite movies.
Oh my God.
Like definitely in the last couple of years, but like I loved it. The acting was amazing. The costumes were incredible. Like it really caught me off guard. Mm-hmm. It was like sexy and beautiful and deep and moving. I woke up with like an emotional hangover. It's not a happy ending, and I don't necessarily like need that all the time. Like, it wasn't wrapped up in this nice bow by any means. And I don't know if I would have liked it if I had read the book, because the movie is only the first part of the book. It's 50% through the book.
Yeah, and so much difference.
There's a lot more just like, I think, anger and violence. And just
he's worse. He's like really abusive.
Yeah. And they sort of allude to how terrible he is for like 10 minutes of the movie.
That was my least favorite part.
Well, the character really pivots a lot.
I just was like, oh, this is, I don't know what we're trying to do here, but it's whatever.
I do think that like probably in the book that character was so sick and mentally ill and abusive or all these things, and they were trying to like allude to that, but there's nothing building to it in the movie for me. Like he seems this like sweet guy that's always going to protect her, and then he becomes this like real monster.
But he was abused as a kid, so they're showing you that through line. I mean, I loved it as well. It ripped my heart out. I was totally engrossed the whole time. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. I thought, like Raina said, the acting was phenomenal. The visuals were amazing. I had to concentrate on the dialogue because I'm not really great with accents. Like Raina at these movies, like because I watch TV with captions. I started TV with captions in Bridgerton. Like I'm not great. Like even in Sinners, they have these really thick Southern old timey accents. I was like to Shashank, I was like, I can't hear this. Like it doesn't matter what it is. If it's so thick, his voice specifically, I understood everything Margaret Robbie said, but he has that lower register and he was a little more mumbly. I was like fighting for my life trying to understand it. But the music for me, so Charlie XCX did the whole soundtrack. I literally
was just going to bring that up. Okay.
So she did the official soundtrack and released a concept album with the same name. So she has an album called Wuthering Heights. I mean, the music, I'm not going to say it made the movie, but it really was such a part of why I found it so wonderful. The music was incredible. I mean, sometimes it felt like it fit the time period, but mostly not. And it was like dark and moody and climactic. And like there were points where I was like, Taylor Swift could never. Like I was like, some of these songs have a Taylor Swift vibe, but they could never slap this hard. Like I don't need to compare the two, but people do be comparing Charlie XCX and Taylor Swift. And like, I was just like, these songs fit the moment so much.
I like how it modernized the movie. I mean, that's why I loved Romeo and Juliet. You had this like the Leonardo DiCaprio version with Claire Danes. I mean, the soundtrack was one of the great soundtracks ever made.
Garbage.
And also, so it was in Wuthering Heights. The costumes were pretty modern. Also, like even some of the fabrics. I don't know if you noticed this. She's wearing latex in a couple of different of the costumes that she's wearing, and that's not a fabric they made dresses out of back then in the 1800s.
Yeah.
So I like that there was sort of a real like effort to modernize this in like a low-key kind of way.
Yeah,
like
it's way low-key though. Like not Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet was like so extreme.
Like Bridgerton too. Like they harmonize all of these rap songs, which I love.
Yeah, exactly. But the music, I mean, Charlie XCX just went all the way off, and I just thought that was so incredible. I found a lot of parallels between this movie and The Notebook, and hear me out. The way they interacted, for one, their dynamic of like being so in love, but he wasn't good enough for her. She got engaged to someone rich that was more appropriate for her. Even the way they like would fight. The scenes in the rain felt so similar.
Always in the rain.
But like she's beating his chest in the rain. Like it's not over. It was never over. Like it was so similar to me. Like even the letters he wrote her every day and she never got them. Someone like got rid of the letters. And then how he treated his other partner poorly because he was still in love with her. There were so many Notebook parallels.
Wait, do you think you would have thought of this if you didn't see the Notebook thing on Love Is Blind like 2 days before?
No, that has nothing to do with it.
No, that wasn't
I
fresh
felt
in your
it
mind?
so much. There was some scene in the rain where I was like, no, actually the first thing I thought of, and you didn't agree with me, but when he looks all disheveled when he's grown up, I thought he looked exactly like Ryan Gosling when he's all disheveled in The Notebook. They talk the same sometimes. They had a similar energy. You don't agree with me, but
we see faces different.
Let me know if you guys feel like this. I thought he gave this Ryan Gosling in The Notebook vibe, and then the ending surprised me because I was like, they're going to die together in the bed like The Notebook. And then I thought he was going to kill himself in the bed because they had foreshadowed Romeo and Juliet earlier, or we all thought he was going to get hanged in the town square because that's how the movie opened. And now I don't understand why they opened like that. I thought that was a foreshadow for sure.
So the movie opens with this, not just like hanging in the town square, but everybody's so elated by it, and they're fucking in the streets because they love the hanging so much, and the children love it, and they have all these dolls of the hanging, and it is foreshadowing that the town is really sick, and that these people are really sick, and that they're elated by this level of like violence and turned on by it, and then you never really return to it at all.
Well, right, and then I was like, but I mean, you interpret it that way, which you could be absolutely correct. I was like, that person that was hanged is a villain or something. I didn't understand it. Like, I don't know where we went with that. And then there was a point in the movie where they say, I thought you'd be interested in who's being hanged today, and you think it's going to be him.
Yeah.
And the sister just tells Margot Robbie it's a woman, which is just, I think it was like a jump scare. But yeah, I thought he was going to kill her husband and then be hanged or something, and then be like it. I mean, I guess it's a little bit of a misdirection. Like they want you to think certain things, but then I didn't understand the foreshadowing.
I didn't understand starting the movie like that because I was like kind of excited. I was like, oh, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
This is really weird and fucked up. I am really looking forward to reading the book, and I loved it.
I'm dead you're going to read the book.
I can't wait, from 1847.
Yes.
I can't wait. Also, Emily Bronte is part of 3 sisters, and her sisters were all authors, famous authors. I think her sister wrote Jane Eyre.
They all died like tragically or something, I think. But everybody died like young.
Everybody
back then.
died like that, but like it's a family of like prolific.
Yeah, they're all the sisters.
Yes, her sister wrote Jane Eyre.
Right. Okay.
Which is pretty crazy. I mean, these are like books that we've read for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was incredible. Yeah. And I actually am surprised that he doesn't die in the end, because if you are going to take all these liberties with the book, if it's just an adaptation, then you could have ended it a little differently.
Well, I really wanted him to die because I don't need a happy ending, but that would have been like they're going to be reunited in the afterlife. And then I couldn't get past this, like, what is he going to go back and do to the sister? Like, just his, I don't know. I couldn't get past, like, what is this going to do to this man that's already abusing this other woman?
Well,
like,
I don't know, but it removes the reason to treat her like that.
Right, exactly. But in the book, the sister who he marries, he is more abusive. She escapes to London, but they have a kid. And then I guess the kid gets together with the 2 kids get together. It's a little incestuous.
The cousins.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think the press tour is misleading? Like, do you think this has been positioned as a romance and it's a tragedy?
I still think I call it a romance.
You would?
Yeah, I still absolutely. You don't think it's a romance?
Yeah, I guess it is. It's like a gothic romance. It's a tragic romance.
Tragic romance.
Yeah.
I miss it. Like, I want to see it again. I want to watch it today. I would go to the theater by myself to go see this later.
No, it just it really just ripped my heart out.
Yeah, me too. I was crying and crying.
I wasn't crying as much as I don't know. I don't know. I cry, but not as much as I usually do. I just felt like sad in my soul.
Yeah, I just went home like with a bit of an emotional hangover. People got upset that they took so many liberties with the book, and I would just like to go on record saying, I don't care if you take liberties with a book from 1847. I think it's a little weird to like take liberties with, like, people were upset about some changes made to the housemaid, and also It Ends With Us. Those were really prolific books in the last couple years. I think that it's a little more strange to change the plot of something that was so famous currently.
But the housemaid was pretty close.
Pretty close, yeah.
Like this, but again,
and
that's
so
why it was in quotes.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, this is quote unquote Wuthering Heights, you know?
If it was 180 years ago, I don't mind if you take some liberties.
That's your line.
But I loved it. I really recommend it. And it's just, I think that you could go with your partner. I think you could go with your girlies. We went with 2 other girlfriends. There was 4 of us. It was fun. It's a nice girls' night out.
So I got home from the movie all fucked up and went right into the Tell Me Lies finale because, we needed to watch it to talk about. This was last night, and I wanted to watch it with Shashank, so I had to watch it. You woke up this morning and watched it, so I was like, he was waiting up for me. And when I got home from the movies and we watched it, and I don't recommend that. That was a real mind fuck. Like, I took it too far, and I just am so furious about the ending of the show.
So this is the series finale. They announced that this is that, and I actually was like, I'll be honest, I haven't really loved this season. I think they took a lot of liberties with the characters. I think they completely changed who these people are. I just didn't love a lot of these storylines. I mean, it seems too far-fetched. Like, to me personally, you took this like pretty realistic toxic relationship in college and made it so dark and heavy. But I will say I do like how they wrapped it up, and I had no idea how they were going to wrap it. And there's so many storylines to have wrapped up. It's like, are Bree and Wrigley going to end up together? How did Diana end back up with Pippa? Like, what is Steven going to do? Like, there was a bunch of storylines. I actually liked how they wrapped it up.
Yeah, this season could have been an email, but I am so mad about I wrote some notes, and here's how I feel about the ending of the show.
You mean the actual ending? Like, the gas station?
The overall, all of it. This terrible man who did all these terrible things ruins a bunch of people's lives and drives off into the sunset in his G-Wagon. He has embarrassed the main female character yet again. The viewer is left to think, she's so stupid. How could she be so stupid and not even get back with him? So I feel like for Steven, someone who for 3 seasons of the show, most of the viewers have wanted to see some consequences for his actions. Like, that's all we've wanted, but no. And then on top of that, Oliver, a fucking predator, no punishment for him. The whole situation, I guess we're led to believe that that's what severed this already fraught relationship with Bree and her mom. Chris, the rapist, I guess we're supposed to assume he's also fine. Nothing ever happened to Chris the rapist. So the end of the show is that terrible men can get away with murder. Literally, read the fucking room, Megan Oppenheimer. Like, I get it. Her whole point was all these people are toxic. That's why she played toxic and sent that message. But the ultimate message to me, and again, this is just because maybe it's 2026 and this is what we're dealing with and this is on my mind every day, is that men can assault and abuse and terrorize people and drive off into the sunset while this woman is left in shambles. And it's just like, that is why our country is crumbling. And we could have done better with a female showrunner. I'm disappointed. And again, like, maybe in a different time, I wouldn't feel this way, but it feels like this male gaze.
I love his take. I actually have no notes. I love it. I think it's really smart. He also got away with actual murder.
He got away with murder.
Murder.
That's the whole point. But like, in the book, the Tell Me Lies book, the ending, Lucy finally breaks free from Steven and she rekindles her relationship with her mom and she is like pursuing a career in journalism. So Megan Oppenheimer took that and was like, nah, make her look like a fucking idiot. And I saw this take that Diana told Lucy, the only way you will be rid of Steven is if you make him think he won, which I do think that's what they were trying to do there. Mm-hmm. But I just think we could have given this woman more credit. She could have broken free from Steven in the years after college. You know, like, I read an article, an interview with Megan Oppenheimer, and she was like, that was the only way Lucy was going to break free. And I'm like, you're not giving her enough credit. And if you want to have your female protagonist in a gas station, humiliated, in a bridesmaid's dress, in the middle of nowhere, and that's how you want to end the show, that's your decision. But in this climate, all these men, all these abusers literally ride off into the sunset, and this woman is in the parking lot of a gas station, like, humiliated.
And I actually, I have a problem with people and all this rhetoric saying like Lucy is just as bad as Steven. Sure, she did some really bad stuff. She slept with her best friend's boyfriend. The worst thing I agree that you can do is accuse somebody of sexual assault that did not assault you. It makes other women that come forward, it invalidates their stories. It's terrible. However,
he was a rapist.
But he didn't assault her.
I know.
I just think she was a really lost kid. I think her father died. I think she made some really bad mistakes. I think we all make mistakes at that age. I will not evaluate this character as a 30-year-old adult. I will evaluate this character as a 19-year-old girl. And at 19, I made some questionable decisions. I grew up and I grew out of it. Like, Steven actually like ruined people's lives, held on to grudges, decided to ruin Bree's wedding. Evan didn't do anything besides sleep with his girlfriend when he was 18.
Yeah.
And also he cheated on her and walked out of it. Like, the punishment doesn't fit the crime for Lucy for me.
Yeah, and like, Steven has trauma too. We've seen his family structure, and it just feels like the people who ran this show sympathize with Steven over Lucy. That much is clear. That feels like underlying misogyny to me. It feels like it's from the male gaze. Like, I just think, given the state of the world, if it was me and I was making this show, I would have wanted a woman to be empowered instead of all these men getting away with murder. Like, when I think about it and I run the tape, I'm like, that's how they wrapped up Oliver too. Like,
so that I have a real problem
and Chris, we just don't hear about it. Like, I just feel angry about it. And I read the interview with the showrunner, and she can do whatever she wants and she can explain it all away. And this is why I did this. But in this climate, that is what I got from this. And if I were a woman making TV shows, I would make sure women felt a little bit empowered after and men had consequences for their actions.
I agree. There's an article in the Hollywood Reporter, if you guys are interested, and they interview Megan Oppenheimer about every single decision in the finale.
Yeah.
And she says, like, I never saw this show as a show where everything works out for everybody. So, like, the endings that I did like, I like that Bree will find the courage probably to be with Wrigley. I like that Diana and Pippa just walk out of there like, you guys are all crazy and I don't want anything to do with this. I like that Lucy's childhood friend who's engaged to Steven, I like that he says, I fucked Lucy this morning. She throws the ring and walks away. Like, I do think that, like, she hates Lucy because of what Lucy allegedly did to her brother. Like, I do understand her hating Lucy. I don't think that woman should end up with Steven either. I think that Evan will end up with somebody that cares about him eventually. He seems like a good enough guy.
Yeah, I wish Lucy never would have slept with Steven at the wedding. I wish we would have seen her as like, but that's not what they wanted to do, and that's fine. It's their TV show. I wish she wouldn't have been under his spell as someone who was like thought he was the one who ruined her life in college, and you would have hoped she would have grown from it. Like they just made her look really weak, and I feel like at the end really humiliated. And I even thought the wedding, I wasn't a fan of the wedding scene. I don't think they should have done that at 3 a.m. with 10 people on the dance floor, and then Evan falls into a cake. It felt slapsticky. It felt so stupid to me. Like I'm also just mad at the season in general. Like I
am
wish,
too.
but I did read, this was like some good news. So they did ask her, Megan Oppenheimer, in the final moment with Bree and Wrigley at the wedding, they looked at each other happily amid the chaos. Is it safe to assume she and Evan get a divorce or an annulment, and she and Wrigley ultimately end up together? And it's so funny because she's just like, yeah, I'll make that decision. And she says, I will state on the record as a fact that Bree and Wrigley end up together. Evan and Bree get annulled. I don't even think they get a divorce. He's just like, I'm annulling this marriage. Fair enough. And Bree and Wrigley end up together. I think they're like, what have we got to lose? We need to just give it a shot, which that's the one thing I'm happy about.
I am happy about that. I liked Steven's speech, and I actually... I don't feel like Lucy like got what she deserved, but to me, she's not a sympathetic character, even though I don't think she's anything like Steven. But I don't know that she necessarily needs like a redemption arc in the show of like she came up and grew up, which is what most people do. Most people grow up and they grow out of these people. But it didn't bother me, her ending. We never wrapped up the Chris situation. The professor getting defended by his wife and just walking out of there is so sick and terrible. And I actually was surprised we didn't circle back to that, because I was like, surely something else is going to happen here. And I read the article with Megan Oppenheimer saying that like this is unfortunately often what happens with predators, unfortunately, is that they don't get caught. They don't go down for this. And I don't know. I still didn't like the message.
It's not the show I would make in this climate. Like, let's do some things to show men having consequences and empower women a little bit. And she also had said she needed that to make Bree hit her rock bottom, to be low enough to release the tape. And it's like, nobody loves to terrorize women more than the people that do this show. Like literally, they're just like, it feels so, I don't know. It feels weird. Like it feels like they really had a more empowering ending in the book, and they just...
in the book, I think that also they found out that he killed Macy.
Okay, right. Like there's just no consequences. He doesn't go to jail,
but like it alludes to the fact that he's going to get caught for this.
And it's just like, you put him in a G-Wagon, so you're supposed to assume he's
very rich.
Very rich. Like everything has gone well for this guy. Like I'm fucking furious. I was up all night.
I like your take. I think it's a hot take. I don't mind the ending for Lucy, but I do have a real problem that Steven just gets to drive off and be fine. So does Chris. So does this professor. I mean, all these really terrible men.
Yeah. It's not what I would have done with Lucy.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of content I want to consume right now in 2026.
It's interesting, some liberties they took with the characters that I didn't really understand. I don't really understand why they don't ever wrap up the storyline that Steven murdered somebody. Like, are you just supposed to assume like Diana kind of got him back for it by getting him kicked out of Yale, and like that's the whole thing?
Oh, I thought Wrigley got him kicked out of Yale.
So I was actually going to ask you about that, because they do show Wrigley.
He tells Wrigley, and then they show Wrigley right after. 100%.
Why would Wrigley know about the nudes?
Pippa told him.
Pippa told him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why they had Pippa tell Wrigley, and then they that was what you were supposed to assume.
Because they go directly to Wrigley, but I was like
Wrigley is the hero. Obviously, a man's a hero in the show that glorifies men. But Wrigley, I think, comes out on top of the whole show, right? He's like the actual hero of the show, and because you were led to believe that Bree is obviously super toxic and he's the winner.
It's funny because there's like very few characters you really can root for wholeheartedly in the show, and it's Pippa and Wrigley, and they ended up together.
Yeah.
Like in real life. So I don't know. I mean, I felt kind of done with the show in general. I thought they took too many liberties with it this season. It felt unrealistic. It felt unnecessarily dark. The first 2 seasons will go down as, some of the best TV that I've watched. I loved
100%. Like the second season finale, oh my fucking God. Like I give Megan Oppenheimer and the team credit for 2 amazing seasons. I just am really upset with the way they decided to wrap it up. And this has been one of my favorite shows, and we've talked about it for years. They've been a partner of ours, so it's like part of me feels bad even saying this, but I have to speak my truth.
No, I agree with your truth.
Okay. Let's just talk about Love is Blind quickly. I mean, Love is Blind, Ohio, the whole state. It's not a city. They are pulling people from Columbus, Cincinnati, Cleveland, all the whole state. We love Ohio. We always have. These people are not that problematic. They seem really wholesome. Most of them seem like they really want to find somebody. And Nick Lachey was raised in Cincinnati, so he comes in hot with like OHIO, which I thought was really cute. And there's just not a lot of drama. I mean, I think the thing most people picked up on, they chose 7 couples to follow. Their budget only allows for 6 to go to Cabo, so they sent the 7th couple to Malibu, and they're just the least dramatic one. They're the couple that has the least intersection with the other couples, and so they picked them. If you guys were curious, that's not a secret. Netflix came out and said why they decided to do that. I don't really have doppelgangers this season. I don't want to force it. I'm not seeing a lot. I don't know. So if you guys do have Love is Blind doppelgangers, who these people look like, I do this every season and it just comes naturally to me, and I just am not seeing a lot of lookalikes. So leave them in the comments if you guys have them. And we were just going to do predictions, but what are you thinking? You're kind of still...
I'm a little further behind than you are. Okay. So you've watched the first 5 episodes, 6 episodes?
Whatever's out, the first chunk, yeah.
So I can't give predictions, but you can give predictions.
Okay, so just going to give my predictions for these couples, whether they get married or not. So Christine and Vic, yes, that's the Malibu couple. They just seem in love from the jump, and whatever. They're not my fave, but they're fine. I think they're going to get married. I think it's pretty obvious. Emma and Mike. Emma is the adopted woman. She's stunningly beautiful, and she had to get a birthmark removed. That's a big part of her story, is being adopted and also having this kind of body insecurity that she deals with. I do not think they are going to get married. I think that the kids thing is an issue and it's not going away. She doesn't know if she wants kids. He wants kids so much. And we always say the problem at the beginning is the problem at the end. And I think that's what will break them up. And she won't be able to tell him, I definitely want to have kids with you, which is understandable with someone you just met a week ago. And I think that they won't get married. On the same note, Amber and Jordan, same thing. He specifically said he didn't want to be with somebody who had kids. He doesn't want to be a stepdad. And he fell for this woman when her kids were not part of the equation. And once the kids get into the mix, I think it's going to be a Jordan and Sparkle Megan type of thing. I think they're going to break up.
I think saying you're okay with somebody that has kids and actually experiencing it is really
But
two
he
different
said
things.
no. He said, I specifically said I don't want somebody with kids. And then he fell for this mom.
And I think that, when you are not around the child, anybody can say I can be fine with it. I am hypothetically fine being with somebody that has children. It's a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, I think that Sparkle Megan did her best with Jordan and it wasn't right. Okay, Bree and Connor, I don't know. The previews make it seem like they don't make it. They seem like solid enough, but he also seems like he's getting annoyed with her. So I'm going to say no. Brittany and Devontae, hard no. Alex and Ashley, I'll give them a maybe, but no. And then Jessica and Chris, I love them so much. I'm going to say yes because I just want to manifest. She's the doctor and the short king. And those are my predictions. So 2, I feel confident in.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't say anything to the contrary. Isn't that nice? Okay, we're just going to do our headlines. We're going to send you out into your weekend. Heated rivalry. Big news out of the camp. Star Hudson Williams hard launches his girlfriend on Valentine's Day with, a full Instagram story. There's 6 photos.
Yeah.
It says, Happy Valentine's Day. With me since my 2000 gold Mazda protege smoked and squealed and I had no job. And it's all these photos of them together. One of the 6 is Connor's stories, and then he drew a heart around Connor's story, which really made me laugh. But I guess they have been together for quite a long time.
Have they really been together that whole time? Like, this man has had a girlfriend the whole time?
Or
they got back together?
She's been with me since I had no job, and also her hair is multiple different colors in these photos. So it's enough to
But he was being really cagey about his sexuality, which I didn't really understand. Not that I didn't understand it. He can do whatever he wants, but I think it's interesting to be cagey about your sexuality when you just have a girlfriend.
I found it an interesting choice, and there's been a lot of talk online about him not coming forward and saying yes or no, and
which is
I don't think that I don't think you owe people information about your sexuality, but I think a lot of people felt like this show was a real icon in the gay community, and are these people actually a part of our community, or are they just playing one on television? And he said even so many athletes have reached out to me and said you've helped me to think about coming out, and it's interesting to not then say I think that's a beautiful thing and I'm glad to inspire people, but I am not. I don't identify as this. I have a female partner, a longtime female partner. It just feels like he sort of rode the wave while he could to do all these interviews, basically hanging all over Connor's story and to drum up a lot of publicity. And I understand the reason for it because I try to zoom out and be like, okay, for Wuthering Heights, Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, they're holding hands on the red carpet. You see this a lot in promo for movies in general, where the main characters act like they're kind of together and flirt with each other, but If you're also, again, if you're not sure about your sexuality, you do not owe anybody that information. Just because you played something on television does not mean that you owe. But if you are just in a serious long-term relationship with somebody, that's a quick answer.
I didn't know that. That's what I'm like, did he just get back together with this like high school sweetheart or not? Okay, well, what's going on with Justin and Blake?
So Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, they went to court to discuss a settlement ahead of the trial, which is looming. I thought it was supposed to be in March. It's going to start in May. But they both arrived in court to talk about a settlement because I guess there's always a chance of having a settlement. But there is no decision on the summary judgment about any trimming of Lively's claims. So the scheduled session in court basically resulted in them not coming to an agreement. So now they are expected to be in court in late May in front of a jury.
Okay. Well, stay tuned. Okay. And lastly, Chappell Roan leaves her talent agency, Wasserman Agency, after the Epstein files revelations. So Casey Wasserman, who owns this talent agency, leads this talent agency. He had flirtatious text messages with Ghislaine Maxwell more than 20 years ago. So whatever you want to think about that, I mean, I don't know, how involved was he? He must have known something was, I can't speak on, I don't really know all the details, but these were released and people found out. Chappell Roan is like, I'm going to stand on business and leave this agency. And now he is selling the agency. I would assume he would have stepped down, but he is actually said he's selling the agency. He's like head of the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles. He's still doing that. And, you know, he has issued an apology and he's like, I was not involved in any of the bad stuff, but I was involved and it looks bad. And he took ownership of it. I'm not defending it, guys. I want to be very clear. And I feel like I can't even talk about the Epstein files without just like going into a deep, dark depression. But we just found this interesting. I mean, Chappell Roan is like, you know what? I'm going to be the person to make the statement. We asked our friend who was with the agency. I was just curious. And she said within the first hour of this news dropping, they got messages from her team.
Wasserman's a huge talent agency.
For sure.
One of the biggest in the country. It's not like a small thing. Obviously, they rep Chappell Roan, but it's a massive, and we know tons of people that are there. And I guess I'm wondering if this guy knew that the writing was on the wall a little bit. I do think that, like, okay, flirty text messages with an adult 20 years ago is not so damning to me. It's sort of like, what else is about to come out?
I think it's more like, I want to be in the circle. Like I think the vibes are I'm flirting with Ghislaine to get in with the Epstein. How much he knew, who's to say?
But it sort of makes me think like, okay, if you're going to go as far as to like sell the agency, I think that you would make a lot of noise if this was all that this was.
Well, so it says that some aspects of Wasserman's association with Epstein were already known. This fresh batch of emails shows a deeper and more intimate relationship. So it sounds like people did know. I mean, so many big, powerful people are involved, but it's like to what level and what did they know? So yeah, during one exchange, this was released. Wasserman asked Maxwell, so what do I have to do to see you in a tight leather outfit? Which you know what I'm going to say? If this guy didn't fucking traffic and rape children, then I don't fucking care. Unredact the names of the people that are talking about 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds. I mean, seriously, I cannot believe who's being protected. Like this, yeah, I care, but not that much. You know, if he actually didn't do any of these terrible things, but those people are being protected.
None of these people should be protected. It's insane.
None of them should be protected, but it's just like, oh my fucking God, you know.
They put out this giant list, we were talking in the car yesterday, about all these celebrities that are quote unquote connected to the Epstein files, and there's names in it. There's hordes of names, every celebrity you've ever heard of, but like the context with which they could have just said like, is there a fundraiser tonight? Is there a meet? Except they've been asked to perform at certain things. The context around that really matters, and why are we redacting these names?
Yes. Redacting names of people who are saying disgusting things about literal children. The names are blocked out. This should make you so mad. Like I can't. You know what? Anyway. So that's that. But our friend said she didn't even know the news till she found out from the agency first, which I think is good. Yeah. It's like, you're about to hear about this. And she said it felt like a waiting game. I think if he didn't step down, a lot of people would have jumped ship. And I really do respect Chappell Roan for making that decision. I mean, Chappell Roan is everywhere. Her career is on fire, which means her agency is doing right by her. She's talented in her own right, of course, but like, she was probably pretty happy with what her agency was doing for her, I would assume. And she was like, bye. And I love to see that. So, you know, we need more of that energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, that has been your snack for the week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Lots more TV to watch for next week to consume. So we're excited to talk about Bridgerton and Love Story and all the things next week.
Yes. Oh, it'll be more romantic next week.
We're gonna double luge
So
during
all this
the episode.
toxicity, and yeah, we'll be practicing our double luge in the meantime. Okay, guys, girlsgottaeat.com. Get those tickets to Netflix is a Joke Fest. You can find that link very easily in our bio or on our website. So that is girlsgottaeat.com, and then Girls Gotta Eat Podcast on Instagram and TikTok as well. I am Ash Hess on Instagram and TikTok. I like to go rogue on TikTok and pop off. So check me out over there. Raina is on tour. RainaGreenberg.com for her tickets. Raina.Greenberg on Instagram. And subscribe on YouTube, of course. Share this episode with a friend, and we will see you Monday.
Have a good week, guys.
Bye.